Cinemacolour, a lookup table add-on for Blender. What can it do? What can you do with it? And is it a good add-on for you? We'll find out today in this episode of Add-on Review. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first official episode of Add-on Review. In this short segment, I'll be going over different Blender add-ons and trying to figure out whether or not you should spend your money on them. I'm going to try and focus on a few different objective features, and then we'll go into some of the more opinion-based stuff later, and it is all my opinion, just so you guys know. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at Cinemacolour. Cinemacolour is available on the Blender Market and Sellfy for $22.50. Its product page doesn't really say too much about it, it's just a short blurb. However, there is a video demo that clarifies some things. For the most part though, this add-on remains a mystery. So is it worth $22.50? Let's dig into it and find out. The zip file download is a little bit larger than you'd expect, but that's because he packed some goodies in it for us to explore, so let's go ahead and check out the zip file. Inside is the Blender add-on. Also, there is an installation manual PDF, which is very nice to see. He included an entire installation tutorial, which accounts for a lot of the large file size, and he also put in a test Blender file for us to experiment with. So while these are great things to have, I really don't think they're necessary, but they're in here anyway, so you get them and you can do whatever you want with them. You just have to wait a little bit longer for your thing to download. Installation is a little bit more complicated for this add-on because of the extra data that it packs, and unfortunately there's really no way around it. Fortunately, the installation manual and tutorial do help with that a lot. And with the snap of a finger and the click of a button, we are in and we have our add-on installed. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these LUTs and apply them to some of my scenes. The add-on itself can be found in the Scene tab of the Properties menu. The add-on has a nice little browser that we can use to select different LUTs for our render. And they have little thumbnails as well, so it makes things a little bit easier and gives you a better idea of what you're selecting when you do select it. You'll be able to see the LUTs in both the render preview mode and also in your final render. The nice thing is, even after you render, you can change your LUTs because all it's doing is changing the color space. Additionally, the creator took some of the properties from the color management panel and moved them into this one so you can use them here as well, such as exposure, gamma, and a curve editor. So let's actually take a look at some of these LUTs when they're properly rendered. Meanwhile, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this add-on and what it offers for you. There are 15 different lookup tables included in Cinemacolour, which is a decent amount considering what it's worth, but still I feel like there could have been more, and I feel like they could be a little bit more diverse. I have no doubt that you'll be able to find a place to apply each and every single one of these, and I'm sure there's one included that will definitely fit whatever scene you throw it at, but I feel like it doesn't give you much variation away from that. The creator did have a second add-on called Cinemagic, which has some extra lookup tables for Cinemacolour. However, when I tried to install it, I couldn't because it was just so full of bugs. And I was able to actually go through the code to allow it to complete the installation, but it still didn't work. So, yeah. Based on that information, I don't want you guys thinking that Cinemacolour is a risky buy. Cinemacolour works absolutely fine, it's just Cinemagic that doesn't. I'll leave a comment below though if it does magically start working. I mean, it's gotta be called Cinemagic for a reason. That was a really bad joke. Anyway, to get back on topic, these are my final thoughts. So does it do what it's supposed to do? Absolutely. Cinemacolour does what it's supposed to do and more, and it does it very well. I've actually found myself using this add-on very frequently, which is something I can't say about many of the add-ons that I've tried before. Now, are there things I don't like about it? Sure. I wish there were more lookup tables, and I wish that maybe you could save your own lookup tables using the curve editor, but overall, I think it's a really great add-on. Although, we still need to know, is it worth $22.50? I'd say, yeah. I've actually started using this add-on on a regular basis, which is something that I can't really say about many add-ons. Most add-ons I just use once or twice and then throw away forever, but this one I feel like it's going to be around for a while. Of course, there are certain things that I wish could have been improved, but in the end, it does what it's supposed to do, and it does that well, and that's what's important. So is this add-on good for you? I'd say it's good for just about anybody. There is one exception though, and that's for people who are really, really good at color grading, but they probably already know that because they know that LUTs aren't for final results and that most of the time the custom color grade is what matters most, and not just the lookup tables. So if you're first getting into color grading and you're a newer Blender user or an intermediate Blender user without much color grading experience, I absolutely recommend this add-on. However, if you're a professional color grader, you probably have some nicer software to do this with. So if you're interested in checking out Cinemacolour, I'll leave a link down in the description to both the Sellfy and the Blender Market page. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of experimental thing. Oh, hello, cat. How are you today? This is my cat, Edward. He's fat. And he's named after the Edward from Twilight, because my sister was obsessed and named our cat after it. So now he's stuck with the name, aren't you? Yeah, I'll feed you later. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of Add-on Review. If you're an add-on creator and you want to see your add-on on here getting reviewed by yours truly, shoot me a message on my website. It's under the other contact thing, like it says other at the top, and then there will be a video on the screen right now showing it. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.